Magic the Gathering Foundations continues to be super popular among players. Some boxes are completely unavailable at the moment. You can't find them easily in local game stores. I had trouble to locate some of them. And today we're gonna open Starter Collection. So the Starter Collection is a very heavy box. It's actually quite hefty. You can compare it to a pre-release size-wise. It's quite large, not as large as the beginner books, but still. And they tell us that this box has more than 350 cards and some boosters and a storage box. We're gonna take a look. Here we go. Let's see what's inside. Opens here. And of course, we get a really beautiful bundle box over here. Bundle box as usual. Deck Builder's Guide. Let's take a look at the guide first. They explain us how the deck building is working, what colors to choose, building around synergy. Interesting. The mana curve. Let's see what's inside of the box itself. So we start with the life counter, plastic life counter. Looks actually quite cheap, if you ask me. We also get 3 play boosters from Foundations, all with a Jenny. Some carton, some sort of a promo card, I think. Let's take a look. We get Arcane Signets, a Soul Ring, and a Command Tower. So this is kind of Commander insert, so to speak. These cards are usable in Commander. And then we get a bunch of cards. Let's take a look. It's a lot of cards here. Some separators. So actually quite a lot of separators. And this is actually quite smart. They did this in the beginner box too, but I did not have a chance to put it into the video. You see, they have in this bundle box these areas. In order to use these separators, should be assembled somewhat like this. It allows you to store your cards separately from each other. That's actually quite cool. Let's go ahead and open all these nice cards. Let's start with this bundle. I think this is gonna be a bunch of lands over here, including this beautiful full art lands. So we start with full art lands, a mountain, another mountain, a forest, another forest, plains, for some reason not full art plains. That's quite interesting. Why? So it's a bunch of plains here. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of plains. Islands. A lot of islands, my friends. So different kind of islands. We get swamps. A lot of swamps. And the idea is that you buy this box and you should be all set in the beginning. You should be able to play with your friends just having this box. So you can build some decks. You can build some starter decks. A lot of forests here. There we go. And a bunch of tokens. Soldier, cats, cat goblin, Phyrexian goblin, cat beast, very interesting. There is a dragon over here. Dog with a beast, very, very cool. Insects, zombie with goblin, elf warrior with rats, a copy token, interesting, human, and 2 helper cards regarding how do you play the game. So in the first package, there were a lot of lands and a bunch of tokens. With these 3, I'm gonna go with this one first because it has a common at the back. So we have a bunch of black cards. Now reds. Dragon Fodder, we have seen it before. Archway Angel. Very interesting. Disenchant. Oh yeah, there is a Disenchant, my favorite card from whites. Knight of Grace. So you can see they have commons and uncommons, multiples of them. Have blue cards. Fog Bank. There is a lot of variation, as you can see. Oops. Summon. Some black cards. Knight of Malice. Obviously. Throne of Eldraine vibe. Vampiric Rites. Yeah, another card, another black card with this kind of frame. I don't know what this frame is about. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, it's a lot of really different cards. So I guess you're supposed to be able to separate them by color and store them in the box. We will see this a bit later. I really love the art of this one. This one looks amazing. And it's more than one of them here. Human Warrior. We have not seen any single rare card yet. It is mainly commons and uncommons. Roughly equal amount commons and uncommons. And now we have, as you see, some multicolor. Mortify. Teach by example. Some artifacts. Very interesting. And some fancy lands. Ooh, guild gates. Yeah, more of them. A lot of guild gates. Interlang Sanctifier, some more cards. So far, I see no system. Ooh, full art. Look. Shiny Pride Mate. I'm actually gonna put them aside. Full art. Vengeful Blood Witch. Abrade. Reclamation Sage. Swift Foot Boots. Oh, more full art lands. That's actually interesting. And 2 islands. And Swamp. So now we have, I think, full set of full art lands and a bunch of commons and uncommons. So far, it feels like this collection is a bunch of boosters, opens. We got a lot of beautiful full art lands, full art cards, sorry. They're actually quite cool. I'm gonna put them separately. Let's go with this one. It has a rare on it, so I guess we will see some rare cards in this stack. Consuming Aberration. Creature Horror. This card's power and toughness each equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyard. Actually, graveyards, you can use them, I think, in commander decks too. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card, then puts those cards into their graveyard. That's pretty cool. Angelic Destiny. Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creature gets +4/+4, has flying and first strike, and is an angel in addition to its other types. When enchanted creature dies, return Angelic Destiny to its owner's hands. This is a mythic rare. Charming Prince, we have seen this guy before. Human Noble. When this creature enters, choose 1. Scry 2, you gain 3 life. Exile another target creature you own. Return it to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. Felidar Retreat. Enchantments. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, choose one. Creates 2/2 White Cat Beast creature token. Puts a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn. Another rare, Fumigate. Sorcery. Destroy all creatures. You gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. Linden, the Steadfast Queen. This is Throne of Eldraine card. Human Noble 3/3, Vigilance. Whenever your white creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life. Mentor of the Meek. Whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, you may pay 1 mana. If you do, draw a card. Regal Caracal, a cat. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. When this creature enters, creates a 2/1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink. That's pretty cool. Zetalpa, Primal Dawn. Elder Dinosaur, Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Indestructible. 4/8. Very cool white creature. We're done with whites. Arcanis, the Omnipotent, Creature Wizard. 3/4. On tap, it draws 3 cards. And paying this price returns Arcanis to its owner's hand. Dictate of Krufix. Enchantment, flash. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. A Mythic Rare. Draw X cards. If X is 10 or more, instead shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw X cards, untap up to 5 lands, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Exile Finale of Revelation. Incredibly cool card. Harbinger of the Tides, Merfolk Wizard, 2/2. You may cast this card as though it had flash if you pay 2 more mana to cast it. When this creature enters, you may return target tapped creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Reverse Rebuke, Sorcery. Return all non-land permanent target player controls at their owner's hand. That is pretty cool. Sphinx of the Final Word. Creature Sphinx 5/5. This spell can't be countered. Flying, Hexproof. Instant and sorcery spells you control can't be countered. Very nice, this is a mythic rare. Tempest Djinn. Creature Djinn with flying. This creature gets +1/+0 for each basic island you control. Voracious Grey Shark. 5/4 shark with flash. And when this creature enters, counter target artifact or creature spell. Demonic Pacts, a mythic enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose one that has not been chosen. This enchantment deals 4 damage to any target and you gain 4 life. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Draw 2 cards, you lose the game. Haha, so you either have to get rid of this, or you have to lose the game at the 4th turn. You have it on the table. Desecration Demon. Creature Demon with flying 6/6. At the beginning of each combat, any opponent may sacrifice a creature of their choice. If a player does, tap this creature and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Dread Summons, Sorcery. Each player mills X cards. For each creature card put into graveyard, this way you create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. Wow. Calestria Highborn, Vampire Shaman, 2/2. Whenever this creature or another vampire you control dies, you may pay 1 black mana. If you do, target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Midnight Reaper, Zombie Knights, 3/2. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, this creature deals 1 damage to you and you draw a card. Myojin of Night Reach. Legendary creature spirit 5/2. Myojin of Night's Reach enters with a divinity counter on it if you cast it from your hand. It has indestructible as long as it has a divinity counter on it. Remove a divinity counter from this card. Each opponent discards their hand. Wow, that's a fun card. Null Priest of Oblivion. Vampire Cleric with a very, very nice art. 2/1, it has a kicker. Lifelink, Menace. When this creature enters, if it was kicked, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Wishclaw Talisman, an artifact. This artifact enters with 3 wish counters on it. You pay 1 mana, you tap, you remove a wish counter from this artifact. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. An opponent gains control of this artifact. Activate only during your turn. Wow, that's cool. Ball Lightning, Elemental with Trample, 6/1. Haste. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice this creature. Another Mythic. Dragon Master Outcast. Human Shaman, 1/1. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 6 or more lands, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. That's neat. Oh, look at this. Look at this cats. Look at this cats. Harmless Offering. Sorcery. Target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. Okay. Lefthless Dragon Queen. Dragon with 6/6 and flying. Whenever another non-token dragon you control enters, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. And you can pay this price, and dragons you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. This is a very potent card, especially if you have dragons. Redcap Gutter Dweller, Goblin Warrior, 3/3 with Menace. When this creature enters, create a 2/1/1 black rat creature token with this token can't block. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature and exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. It's a lot of stuff. Oh, our old good friend from Innistrad, Stormkirk Noble. Vampire Noble 1/1. Can't be blocked by humans. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. Taurian Mauler. Shapeshifter 2/2. Changeling. This card is every creature type. That's pretty cool. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Hero's Bane, a Hydra. This creature enters with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. You can pay this price and get X +1/+1 counters on this creature, where X is its power. That's neat. Predator Ooze, Indestructible with 1/1. And whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever a creature dealt damage by this creature, this turn dies. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Primal Might. Target creature you controls get +X/+X until end of turn. Then it fights up to one target creature you don't control. Nice. Primeval Bouncy. A mythic enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain 3 life. This is a mythic rare. Rampaging Baloth, 6/6 with trample and landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may create a 4/4 green beast creature token. Surak, the Hunt Caller, Human Warrior, 5/4. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater, target creature you control gains haste until end of turn. Vizier of the Menagerie, Snake Cleric, a mythic rare Snake Cleric. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. You can spend mana of any type to cast creature spells. Wildborn Preserver, another Throne of Eldraine card, Elf Archer with Flash and Reach. Whenever another non-human creature you control enters, you may pay X mana. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on this creature. Aurelia, the War Leader, Legendary Creature Angel, 3/4. Flying, Vigilance, Haste. Whenever Aurelia attacks for the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Wow, this is insane, guys. This is really insane. Ailey, Eternal Pilgrim. Core Cleric 2/3. Death Touch. Sacrifice another creature, again life equal to the sacrifice creature toughness for 1 mana. And for this price, and sacrificing another creature, exile target non-land permanent. Activate only if you have at least 10 life more than your starting life total. That's an interesting card. Drogskull Reaver, Spirit with Flying, Double Strike, and Lifelink. Whenever you gain life, draw a card. 3/5 card. Helena and Alena, Partners, Human Ranger with a lot of text on it. Immersturm Predator, another Vampire Dragon with a lot of text. Maelstrom Pulse, Sorcery. Destroy target non-land permanent and all other permanents with the same name as that permanent. Avika, Enigma Goliath, Phyrexian Nightmare. Wow, that looks scary. Prime Speaker Zigana, Merfolk Wizard, classic card. Wheatleaf Leech, Elf Knights. Basilisk Collar, artifact equipments. Cultivator Caravan, artifact vehicle. That looks like Kaladesh to me. Darksteel Colossus, artifact creature golem, mythic rare, level 11 with trample and indestructible. If this card would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal this card and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. Maze Mine Tome, Pyromancer's Goggles, legendary artifact, on tap, adds 1 red mana. When that mana is spent to cast a red instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell and you may choose new targets for the copy. A mythic rare. Rammus, Dragon Engine, legendary artifact creature dragon. 4/4 flying. Whenever you cast a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Rammus for each of that spell's colors. Remove 5 +1/+1 counters from Rammus, add all this mana, activate only once each turn. So this is a huge mana fix. A mythic rare mana fix. Steel Hellkites, rare dragon. Crawling Barons, Temple of Abandon, Temple of Deceit, so we have a bunch of temples. Temple of Enlightenment, Temple of Epiphany, Temple of Melody, Temple of Malice, Temple of Mystery, Temple of Plenty, Temple of Silence, Temple of Triumph, Tatyova, Benthic Druids, Merfolk Druids. Okay, so we have arrived to some uncommons. Heraldic Banner, Meteor Golem, Bloodfell Caves, some fancy lands. It's actually quite neat. They put all the fancy lands here. Evolving Wilds, of course, multiple copies of it. Jungle Hollow, that is really cool. Rogue's Passage, Rugged Highlands. We have seen these cards recently. Scoured Barrens. You know what I think when I look at this product? I think this is gonna be a lot of fun for people who would like to collect the whole sets, or at least like normal versions of the cards for the common sets. Okay, so we got this stack of rares. I'm kidding you not, all these cards are rares. I'm gonna count them at the end. And we have even more mythic rares over here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. And we still have this package with a mythic rare on it. Okay, so this one is a foil. It's a mythic rare foil. Lyra Dawnbringer, legendary creature angel, mythic rare. It's 5/5 with flying, first strike, lifelink. Other angels you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. This is an immensely cool card for the angel decks. Rite of Replication, another foil. Massacre Worm, Phyrexian Worm, 6/5, a mythic rare, foil mythic rare. When this creature enters, creatures your opponents control get -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent control dies, that player loses 2 life. Gratuitous Violence, an enchantment, also foil. Ooh, look at this, guys. Look at this card. Gargantosaurus. 5 green mana, 10/10 creature. Wow, this is incredibly cool. And it's a rare card. Adaptive Automaton, another rare. Gilded Lotus. Maze's End, a mythic rare land. Wow, look at this. Look at this. This land enters tapped. When you tap, you gain 1 colorless mana. You pay 3 mana, you tap, return this land to its owner's hand. Search your library for a gate card. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. If you control 10 or more gates with different names, you win the game. So this is a card with alternative win condition. That is amazing. Angel of Vitality. Remember those cards that's buff the angels. That's one of them. Make a stand. Confiscates. Negates. Feed the Swarm, Gatekeeper of Malakir, Gutter Snipe, Impact Tremors, Furious Perfect. So all the foil cards are collected in one place. Boris Charm, Unflinched Courage. So this pack contained mostly foil cards and some commons and uncommons. And that is why I'm just gonna speed up through them. So I guess the idea is that you open all these cards, you basically organize them the way you want to organize them, and then you can assemble decks of your own according to this deck builder guides leaflets that we have seen before. And this box has a lot of rares and mythic rares. So this set is a supplemental card set of 387 cards. Some of these cards are unique to this box, and some of them, like lands, can be found in other products. Okay, so these are the cards, the rares and the mythic rares. Okay, guys, let's take counts of what we've got. I've got exactly 60 rares, and I've got 14 mythic rares. I also got this beautiful full art Gigantosaurus, and exactly 6 full art cards, both commons and uncommons, no rares. We also got 3 play boosters. Let's crack them open and see what's inside of them. So this is the first booster. Have a bunch of common cards that we have seen before. Etali, Primal Storm. Elder Dinosaur, 6/6. Whenever Etali attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. Then you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana cost. That's pretty neat. Foil Tolarian Terror. Again, probably the favorite card of the Professor from this set. Blossoming Sands, another foil. And we have an art card. This is Kikar, Zephyr Awakener. A really nice card. We open second booster. The second booster starts with Hungry Ghoul. A bunch of already familiar cards. Ruby the Daring Tracker, we have seen her today. Anthem of Champions. Enchantments. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Nice enchantments. A mythic rare, Niv-Mizzet Visionary. Dragon Wizard, 5/5, flying. You have no maximum hand size. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards. That's pretty neat. Felidar Savior, foil. Full Art Forest. And a Human Knights token. And the last third play booster. We have seen all these cards before. All the commons. Ambush Wolf. Gesturtle. Rogue's Passage. Spectral Sailor. Oops, sorry. Blasphemous Edict. A sorcery. You may pay 1 black mana rather than pay this spell's mana cost if there are 13 or more creatures on the battlefield. Each player sacrifices 13 creatures of their choice. Wow. Okay. Goblin Borders, foil. Windscarred Crag, a lance. And another beautiful art card, very disturbing one. Scrolling Crawler. Alright. So guys, this is amazing. This is really amazing. Because this deck has pretty much everything a starter player might need. First of all, it has a huge amount of lands. This is the stack of lands of different kinds. Basic lands and non-basic lands. Guild gates, temples, you name it. It's a lot of lands over here. More than 60 rares. More than 15 mythic rares. and a bunch of commons and uncommons. Of course, commons and uncommons are the majority of these cards, but again, the feeling is that the rough number of commons and uncommons, roughly 50-50, so they split between commons and uncommons, and of course, you also get beautiful, beautiful full art cards over here, like these ones. Look at them. They are really, really, really cool. So this box is amazing. If you ask me, this box is amazing. I don't know why they do this. This looks a bit cheap compared to the rest of the contents. But yeah, this is a really cool gift for a person who plays Magic the Gathering occasionally and who wants to start playing. This starter collection is of immense value. A lot of rares, and I don't even know how much money value are now on the rares and the mythic rares. Even if we assume that every rare or mythic rare is at least $1, the financial value is gonna be like very, very substantial compared to some other products from this set. So I'm extremely excited about this box. This reminds me of deck builder toolkit products that Magic the Gathering used to have some time ago. We have some of them on this channel to be opened, so we could compare them to the box that we opened today. But so far, it feels like this is an amazing product. And if you can get your hands on one of them, you should totally do that. They are not particularly expensive compared to how much stuff is inside. But I think only rares and mythic rares are pretty much gonna cost the same or even more than the whole box with the rest of the things. And of course, it also has some commander staples over here in case you want to play commander. But that is gonna be it for today, my friends. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of this Foundation Starter Collection? Are you going to buy it? Are you going to use it? Let me know. And that is gonna be it for today. Please consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed the content of this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Max is out. Take care. Bye.